Coming to this is really, the final, stake in the ground. Because I'm already building up something. I'm already building up my tent. Because, making a lot of decisions is hard. Making decisions of what should happen here in WFA, it's really hard. Now, Blake, you wouldn't get that because you don't work hard. You don't work hard like me. You say that you are prepared for 2027. And I said I'm prepared for this year. Blake, you obviously don't get it. I'm prepared for extreme mania. As in, I already know exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm acting on it. I'm actually uploading videos to hype, things up. But yet, I still waste my time because you want to actually respond to me thinking that you're gonna win. I have a whole match recorded, yet I still always have to respond to you, Crisco. Which brings me to say the reason why I think of you so much. It's not because you're always on my mind, Crisco. It's because you find a way to always make me mad. Number one, you don't ever respect people. You don't respect your fans. You don't respect any of your coworkers. And believe it or not, Blake, you don't respect your wise man. Because, me and your wise man are always calling each other. And you know what we talk about? We either talk about wrestling, we just joke around with each other, and honestly, Blake, the third option, we talk about you. And he's always saying how, he makes you mad for doing absolutely nothing wrong, and then you flip out on him. You go crazy. And for what reason, Blake? Oh, because, he wants to hang out with someone better? As I said before, not everyone wants to watch Blake Crisco play his little video games. They actually want to talk to someone. But yeah, you just have your back turned to him while you're playing your little video games. Now, I don't know if you want to make a little career out of your video games or, you actually want to pursue professional wrestling. But now I do know. You said you wanted to be a comedian until you changed your mind. Blake. Here's the thing. Your career as a comedian has already begun. Because not only are your promos a joke, your match is a joke, but all in general, you are just a joke, Blake. You're a joke to me. You're a joke to all your, 1,000 fans? Blake, I can bet you they don't even remember subscribing to you. And it's actually kind of funny because you say that you're statistically better than me now. Okay. So, you know what? Let's talk statistics, bro. Statistically, you may have more subscribers than me. now that you have your own channel, but you also cheated to have those statistics. My statistics are actually, real. They're not cheated. Like you're not only a liar, you're not only a thief, you're not only, a cheater. Not only are you viva la raza, Blake, but you're also just a lying little dweeb that can't do anything to go against real competition. To the point you have to cheat to be somewhat better than me, and you're still not. Those subscribers aren't because of your wrestling. They're subscribers from your little challenge videos. And it's funny because your views aren't going up by much. What, you got 5 more views on a video that you posted on your other channel? That's very cute. That's very cute. Because what I get in an hour is still more than you can get in a couple months. Let's talk about those statistics, Blake, because obviously people are more interested than watching WFA than Death Slam. Which then brings me to say again also that you say you've done this longer than me. Blake, that just proves my point even more. You have done this longer than me, and still yet you're not better than me. You say that I'm trying to, bring you down to make myself feel good. Isn't that what everyone does? You do that, Blake. With Roman and Punk. If I'm trying to make myself feel better than you, then what are you doing? Can't be any different. Blake, it's honestly sad to think about the fact that you're not even a real champion in the first place. Because what do you have? Plastic? Plastic, Blake. Plastic and cloth. Let's look at, see that shine? See that shine? That's a real championship. Leather and metal and gold. You have plastic, I have gold. There's nothing really more to say than that, Blake. So go ahead. Say that you're better than me all you want. But who is a real champion than just a dude who plays with toys? I actually did a little bit of research to find a little Death Slam stage creator. Oh, what a channel that was to watch. You looked so young back then, Blake, but what happened? What happened to the innocent little Blake that would make little videos with his action figures, and now you're just a jerk that doesn't respect anyone but himself? It's funny because you love to bring up family in your promos. You say that family is what? People who connect and love with each other. And they love each other. That's funny, Blake, because if you look up the definition, because I love definitions also, a family is basically something that comes from 2 parents, biologically or adopted, and yet you're not biologically or adopted in the bloodline. Not legally, at least, unless you just, put yourself in there. You say that, the greats, or what are they called? Yeah. You say that the elders of the bloodline picked you. Blake. If the elders picked you, I think they made the biggest mistake in the bloodline to ever exist. The biggest mistake to ever happen in the bloodline. Blake Crisco becoming the tribal chief. Oh, but we can get into names because you said that I'm not big enough to be an icon. Oh, I'm not big enough, Blake, right? I'm not big enough to be an icon, right? I'm pretty sure I have more success, actually known with people more than you. Subscribers, you can always lose subscribers. You can always, have people forget that they subscribed to you. But you can't lose views. And it's your decision whether you make people remember watching you or not remember to watch you. And yet, Blake, I don't think they remember you at all. They don't know who you are. When people watch me, they know who I am because they're telling their friends. They're telling their family about the greatness that they witnessed every single time that they watched me. Blake, I didn't do my research that well because I don't know the most viewed video on your channel between both of them. Let's see. It's probably somewhere between the 50s, right? Try 500, over 500 views on not even a match, a promo. People like my promos so much more than they like your matches, Blake. It's honestly pathetic. And then you also want to say that I'm supposed to be a face, but I'm acting like a heel. So we're gonna use labels now, Blake? We're gonna get labels into this? Really? You see, just because I'm a face doesn't mean I don't have emotions. What do you know about emotions, Blake? What do you know about them? Yeah, yes, you had a little bit of emotion in your little CM Punk promo, a little bit about me, the recent one, but other times you're just standing there in your little room walking in a little circle with a straight face doing this the whole entire time. Blake, what's so different between you and an actual statue? Nothing much. Except that you walk a little bit and a statue can't walk. Now, I know I'm standing in the same place, but that's also because, you don't got much room to walk in. But if I could walk, I would. Trust. But, I also got, actual weight on my shoulders, so it's going to be kind of hard to walk, Because, I got to, keep this all clean. Don't want to keep collecting dust like your titles or whatever. What, do you throw those around, in your room too? After you're done with the promo, do you just, throw them on your bed? Like you throw them, on a chair? To let them collect dust? What kind of example are you setting? What kind of chosen one are you to the elders when they see you throw around your titles like literal trash? Speaking of trash, Blake. But anyways, let's just reel back a little bit here. Let's just go back. Blake, you did a pretty good job doing your promo. An actual good job, unlike the other times. But here's the thing. It's not just Blake Crisco coming out and speaking. It's not just Blake Crisco coming out to do a promo. It's Blake Crisco with the help of his wise man. I know he gives you points. What does he give me? He gives me nothing. The most he gives me is whenever I'm making up a point and he re-says it in a better way, and still I don't say it the way he said it. I say it the way that I said it. And then also, whenever you do ask your wise man for help, you don't even use what he gave you. You go, oh, what should I use? Wise man, come on, please help me. Please help me. I need a way to get this promo. You need ideas from your wise man? Buddy, I don't even write anything down. Yes, I may come up with ideas, but other than that, it's all freestyle. And you know, when it comes to this title, it really means a lot to me. It really does. But Blake, if I ever lose this title, I'm not just gonna walk away. I'm not just gonna leave. Because real champions aren't the people who hold the championships. Real champions are the people who lose their championships and then come back for leftovers. They lose their championships and then they come back. They lose their championships and then they come back with more fire, more passion, and, just more energy altogether. And they try their hardest to get it back. You see, I got a phone call one day. So I, took up the phone call, and guess what it was? It was Destiny. It's been calling me for a while. But I waited for the exact moment that I knew that Destiny was here. And then I picked up the phone call. But Blake, you're sitting here and letting it ring. It's right in front of you and you're letting it ring. And all this time, what's been right in front of me is fate. You wanna know what I do when fate comes knocking? I look him right in the eyes and I say, move out of my way, I'm not done yet. Wanna know what it does? It moves, because when the icon says for someone to do something, they do it. But Blake, fate isn't just a figment of your imagination. Just like your little people in your matches. I am fate for you and anyone who steps in my way. I am your end, Crisco. And these gloves, they're not only for wrestling. I also use these to dig graves. And when I'm not, I got an undertaker in the back digging right now. And when I'm done with this promo, I'm going to go back there and I'm going to carve your gravestone. Blake Crisco, Death Slam 2015-2025. Death by Bryce, the Icon, Spencer. Because Blake, you're blind to not see what's really going on here. And the reason you're blind is because you're 6 feet under or more and you can't see nothing but pitch black because I've already dug you under. And you say you cannot bury greatness. But greatness is always buried in the end. Undertaker, the greatest of all time. Brock Lesnar beat him. Roman Reigns beat him. John Cena, the greatest of all time, hasn't won in years. Roman Reigns, greatest of all time, and lost multiple times to Solo Sikoa before he took up his flag and waved it in the air. And that flag wasn't white. It was a flag of war. And he took him right to War Games. And it went down. But Blake, you know a lot about War Games, don't you? You might have won one, but the Judgment Day is called the Judgment Day for a reason. Blake, I'm on a pillar. I'm looking like the Roman cathedral for how tall my pillar is. And Blake, you're trying to hatch it down. You got a little hatchet and you're trying to break it down, but still I stay up. Because your pillar is a bunch of dirt that I kick down every time you try to dig more up. A lot of people want to say that they're going to take out the icon. But if you're going to take out the icon, you've got to be against him. And yet, Blake, I'm going to bring up something that's not about wrestling, since you want to bring up stuff not about wrestling. You said you didn't want to see me at school again. And yet, who came up to me? You say you're done with me. And every single time we're at lunch, you throw away my trash for me because you know what's best for you, Blake. But I can't get too depth into that because that's not in character, is it? We can talk about your character, Blake. You try to copy the greats. You copied Roman, which you said yourself. And then you're starting to copy my way in promos. You are passive aggressive as heck, like me. You actually start putting emotion, like a lot of emotion, like me. And that's not, and you can always say that you're just trying to get better. I am better, Blake, and that's why you're changing into me. Because I am better than you will ever be. You see, Blake, I had this little saying. Every single step you take, the second step that you have in front of you, I've already stepped there miles ago. Because, Blake, your future is in my past. And my future is already looking great. And, Blake, your future back there, it's already crumbling. Because every step I take, it sends a shockwave back to you so that you fall right back where you started. You know where that is, Blake? The bottom of the food chain. And now I won't say that I am the top of the food chain. No. We got things like AEW, WWE, DPW, TNA, all these companies which you don't even know about because you don't even watch wrestling, Blake. You don't even watch it. You play your little video games, and then you ask your wise man, yo, what happened? What happened at this event? Because you always need your wise man for everything, but then whenever you go and crash out on him, and then you act the next day like nothing happened, and you say you're sorry, trust me, he's getting sick of it. I should know. He tells me every single time that he's getting sick of your crap. And I am too. Which is why this whole thing even started. You say that I started this. I started this because you started becoming more and more annoying, Blake. you started to become so overwhelming. You started to become so annoying. You started to come out even more relentless in your attacks to me and your wise man. And that's how this all started. I got sick and tired of your crap, and I said what I needed to say, and it should have ended there, but yet you still decide to respond. Now this is almost a 30-minute promo. And Blake, it only takes 30 minutes to watch you take this like a man, go home crying, and then you say you hate your wise man, and then you ask him, which side are you taking? Bryce's side or my side? And right now, your wise man talks a lot about you, Blake. Want to know who also talks a lot to me when I pick up the phone? She's always asking if she can come over, Blake. Always asking. But I slam it down because I'm actually loyal. But hey, you just gotta live dangerous, don't you? Baby.